Yes, you're welcome back. If you just joining us, the show is Football Bankers, and we are set once again to take you across Europe top leagues as far as the fixtures that will be going down this weekend. Several entertaining games expected, but in the course of the week, we saw the UEFA Champions League with the likes of PSG failing to turn up when it matters the most. My name is Mathew Okugbe, and I'm not alone in the studio. The regulars are here with me, taking their respective position. Let me start with the octopus himself, Faruk Adetola, the most controversial one.
I know you're going to go there. At times I wish that the guys watching us can see exactly what happened behind the camera at times. But I can tell you, it's always fun being in between of these two guys. So let me say it to you on that. You're welcome to the program.
Yes, and we also have the ever calm, highly preserved, much more articulate individual Azu Umeh.
Matthew, thank you very much. You seem to be in a very flowery mood.
Yeah, that's just it. That's just it. Azu, I know the viewers are definitely expecting plenty of fireworks.
Yeah, of course. Like you said, it was Champions League action in midweek. Forward towards the end of the week, I think we'll also see plenty more actions in Europe. So yes, plenty to look forward to. And I'm sure that when we start discussing the Champions League, there's still a bit more fireworks.
Absolutely. Any surprising results in the course of the Champions League? But most talked about had been PSG failing to even find the back of the net just once after 2 legs against Bayern Munich. Faruk.
It's a big disappointment, and also a big surprise, because you have the talents of Lionel Messi as well as Mbappe, two guys that lit up the World Cup. Combined together, they scored more than 15 goals at the World Cup, and they played a fixture against a Bayern side that the Germany did not even do well. In the Champions League, you want to say that it's something they need to be schooled for, because these guys are earning so much. If you look at the top 5 earners in the world, Mbappe and Messi are definitely part of that, and you cannot show why you guys are brought to the to PSG. They were not there. They are not there because of the league. They are there because of Champions League. And now playing 2 games back-to-back against a German side that possesses average talent, and you cannot score against them. It's a disappointment. And the project to me has failed. Hopefully they come back next year. They're still there and do quite well. But honestly, I was disappointed. But the German side, Bayern, I've always had it sweet against anything that has mercy. And also remember, this year, they have not dropped any single point in the Champions League. Yeah. Only considered just once in over 8 fixtures. That shows that they were the better side.
Yes, we hope. We're looking at the possible fixtures, the fixtures for the Champions League, precisely coming up next week. But let's stay with the Bayern Munich game against PSG. Azu, were you surprised that, because on paper you would have expected that PSG should be going through at this time, but it wasn't to be?
I wouldn't say I would expect PSG to go through, but I would have expected a bit more sterner, opposition for Bayern Munich. I thought Bayern Munich had it very easy across both legs. And the fact that, I think it's also surprising when you compare and you contrast Bayern in the Champions League and Bayern in the league. In the league, they tend to concede quite a bit. I mean, it was just how many weeks ago we were talking about them conceding 3 goals to Borussia Mönchengladbach, and now they can't even, and now they've shot out against Kylian Mbappe and Messi. It's incredible. And for the firepower that PSG possesses and the entire, premise of that project in Paris was to eventually win the Champions League. They had Messi. They broke the bank to keep Kylian Mbappe. You remember the whole furore about Kylian Mbappe moving to Real Madrid and what they offered that young man to stay behind. It was purely for the Champions League. And them going out at this stage without scoring a goal across 2 legs against this Bayern defense. It's a shame. I don't even know what that would mean for their coach, Christophe Galtier. I think perhaps it's the end of the road for him. And I think that they would just have to look at that entire project and have to recalibrate. For next season, Neymar is out, injured. I don't think he would be much better than he was next season. Next season, Lionel Messi would obviously have a lot more wear and tear next season. Kylian Mbappe would be nearing the end of his contract, and you look at PSG and you think that the window for winning the Champions League perhaps has, short.
Yes, at this time we are looking at a number of teams that have qualified in the next phase. Surprisingly, we still have Chelsea in the mix, despite having still sustaining Graham Potter as their manager. We have Benfica, Bayern Munich are in the next phase, as well That's AC Milan. AC Milan for over 16 years, and now they are in this phase. Man, this team, what do you make of this, Faruk?
Well, I'm not surprised. They played against a team that don't have ambition as far as playing football is concerned. I hear the coach, Antonio Conte, saying that he doesn't even know if he's going to last the season, and I hate that.
He should be fired.
I hate that for a coach that knows that he does not belong here.
Yeah.
His heart is not there. It's just just to be in a job, and that is the problem with Tottenham. They want their former manager back right about now, Pochettino, which I think it will still do a very good job. But AC Milan, well, they qualified just with a goal over 180 minutes, and that is good for them. In spite of them having a very, very terrible season in Italy, they are still in the quarterfinal, and they will take that to the bank.
Azu, are you surprised Chelsea are still in the mix against all odds? They were able to do the job against Dortmund at home.
Yeah, it was surprising, especially against them. Dortmund that were in form. I think they had gone 10 games without losing until they played Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, and the fact that Chelsea could actually score twice in a game, it was surprising. And I felt that, having lost the first leg in Germany, I thought it would be very difficult for Chelsea. But again, it's Stamford Bridge, and when they have terrible seasons like this, they tend to find some redemption in the Champions League, regardless of the identity of the manager. So perhaps it's just something to do with the DNA of the club. But I think that probably this is the last bus stop for them.
Yes, this might just be the last bus stop for them. But if you ask me, you never can say never. Remember, a certain day Mathew won the Champions League with Chelsea in 2012. So this might just be the time for another rookie manager to punch beyond, punch above his weight precisely. We're going on a quick break at this point. Maybe take a message or two. And when we return, the show would be taking up another shape. Stay with us.